You are not failing at work. You are liked, and that is exactly why you are stuck. You said yes when you meant no. You softened emails before you sent them. You laughed at things that weren't funny. You made yourself easy to be around. You thought that was how careers were built. It wasn't. It was how support roles are filled, permanently. Being liked is not the same as being respected. Being liked is often the reason you were never feared, never credited, never considered a threat worth promoting. The system did not miss you. It categorized you. You are 35, you are good at your job, you are also exhausted in a way you cannot explain to people who aren't in that office. It starts before you even get there. You wake up already tired, not from work, from what work requires of you socially, every single day. You reread messages before you send them. You soften the tone. You add a, "does that make sense?" to things that make complete sense. You thank people for feedback you never asked for. You frame disagreement as questions so nobody feels challenged. You have become fluent in a language designed to make other people comfortable, and you have been paying for that fluency with your career. There is a woman on your team, same level, similar tenure. She does not reread her emails. She walked into last week's leadership meeting 10 minutes late, laughed about it, and left having been named to a steering committee. She did not prepare for that meeting. She barely prepared for any meeting. She is not more competent than you. She is just less interested in being liked by everyone and more deliberate about being seen by the right people. You noticed. You told yourself it was a coincidence. It was not. Here is what is actually happening. Likability is not a leadership signal. In most corporate environments, it is the opposite. Leaders are not described as easy to work with. They are described as decisive, direct, unpredictable, worth watching. When people describe you as easy to work with, they are not describing a future leader. They are describing a current resource. She didn't fail to play the game. She played the wrong game, flawlessly. Decisions about who gets promoted are not made in the meeting. The meeting is administrative. The decision happened in a hallway, a lunch, a 30-second conversation after a call ended. You were not in those conversations. Not because someone blocked you, because nobody thought to include you. Because you had never given anyone a reason to think of you as someone who needed to be in the room. There is a phrase that gets used about people like your colleague. She's a great culture fit. It sounds like a compliment. It means leadership is comfortable around her. She does not disrupt the social hierarchy. She moves through the office like the next level is already decided. Not because she earned it, because she acts like it is hers. And then there is you. Every softened email is labor. Every managed tone is labor. Every meeting where you swallowed a contradiction to keep the peace is labor. It is invisible. It is unpaid. It is mistaken for your personality. You have been paying a tax that your colleague has never once been charged. Performance reviews are not merit sorted. They are socially sorted, then documented to look merit-based. Project assignments go to people who are already in the conversation. Leadership pipelines are built around people who made leadership comfortable 6 months ago. The paperwork comes after. The system does not reward the most competent person. It rewards the person leadership can most easily imagine at the next level. Competence is the entry fee. Visibility is the actual currency. You had one. You were told it was both. Now here is what that has cost you. Not just professionally. You have learned to read every room before you speak. You track tone, body language, silence. You know who is annoyed before they say a word. You know who needs managing, who needs softening, who needs to feel like the idea was theirs. You developed this skill because the social environment was never fully safe. It is not a personality trait. It is a survival adaptation. And it is exhausting in a way that does not show up on any performance review. You have started wondering whether you are too much or not enough. Too careful, too soft, too available. You do not yet have clean language for what is actually happening. What is happening is this. You were trained by 1,000 microsignals to make yourself smaller, and then you were quietly evaluated for being small. You are not failing at work, you are succeeding at the wrong metric. You optimized for being liked, optimized for safe. Safe optimized for non-threatening. Non-threatening people do not get promoted into power. Your colleague just got a scope expansion. Nobody announced it. You found out from a calendar invite. She has never over-prepared for anything in the time you have known her. She has never softened the tone or added a reassuring question mark to a sentence that didn't need one. She does not manage everyone's comfort. She manages her own positioning. Same environment, same years, completely different outcome. The difference is not effort. The difference is not competence. The difference is what each of you believed the game required. Only one of you was right. She is not broken. She is running the correct program on the correct operating system. You were running the correct program on the wrong one. Now widen the picture. This is not your manager's fault. It is not one bad team or one bad year. This is an organizational incentive structure operating exactly the way it was designed to operate. When you raised a concern, HR gave you a process, documentation, a suggestion to mediate. Because HR is not there to protect you. HR is there to protect the organization. The goal was never to fix the dynamic. The goal was to contain the liability. Organizations promote people who will maintain the culture, not challenge it. Your likability, without positional power, is maintenance behavior. You keep things running smoothly. You absorb friction. You make the team easier to manage. The system does not need to attack you to keep you there. It just needs to keep you useful without elevating you. And it is very good at this. The language it uses is almost kind. We really value collaboration. She is such a team player. We just need the timing to be right. These are not compliments. They are parking language. They mean, we are keeping you exactly where you are, and we are going to make it sound like a process you are part of. Here is the turn you need to make. It is not that being liked is worthless. It is that being liked by everyone means being threatening to no one. And organizations promote people who create a certain productive discomfort. Comfort does not get rewarded. It gets maintained. It is not that you need to become difficult. It is that you need to stop performing safety for people who will never pay you back for it. It is not that the system is random or unfair in some vague, untouchable way. It has very specific rules. You were just never told what they actually are. You were handed the wrong rulebook. You followed it precisely. And then you were evaluated against a different one entirely. You have been playing a competence game. The actual game is a visibility game. Those are not the same game. They never were. You can see the board now, not because someone handed you a list of steps, because the architecture is finally visible. You can see which rooms the decisions actually get made in. You can see whose comfort you have been subsidizing for free. You can see which relationships generate credit and which ones generate only goodwill with nowhere to go. You do not need to become someone else. You need to stop operating from a map that was never accurate. The system was not confused about you. It knew exactly what you were doing. It benefited from it. You are not the problem. You were just finally handed the right map, and now you can see where you actually are.